Hey guys, time for another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about getting ready for your impending goat labor, parturition. And I'm here in the barn getting ready for things because we've got about a week until we probably will have some baby kids. So I'm going to turn the camera around and talk to you guys a little bit about the things that you need to get together, the things that need to be ready so that you're ready for the big day, so that everything can run as smoothly as possible. Okay? All right, here we go. All right, guys. So obviously, well before this stage, I have begun to prepare my does for delivery. And that really just means that you want to provide your does with lots of extra nutrition. So these guys usually have triplet births, and that means that they are eating for multiples. So it's really important that you provide the right kinds and the right amounts of nutrition so that they can have a healthy delivery and bring some healthy kids into the world. That means that you need to provide plenty of protein. In the last 6 weeks of pregnancy, the kids are going to grow 70% of their birth weight. So protein needs to be doubled in these last 6 weeks. You also need to make sure that you're providing ample amounts of minerals. We provide minerals here in free choice in this kind of form. You can also give mineral blocks, but this stuff here is nice because you can give it to them just in a pan and they can look at it, or you can mix it in with their foods. But it's really important that they get all those extra minerals and vitamins so that the kids are getting all the nutrition that they need and the does are getting all the nutrition that they need. You also want to make sure that you're providing good, high quality amounts of grain with high protein and good amounts of fresh, high quality hay to provide them with all the extra calcium and vitamins that they need, and also to keep their rumens functioning properly. Some of the problems that can occur when you're not careful with nutrition during gestation, pregnancy toxemia. This can be extremely dangerous for both ewes and does. What this means is that their bodies are not able to produce enough energy, and it can cause all sorts of problems, including death. Another problem that can occur is milk fever. Milk fever occurs when the doe or the ewe is not able to process enough calcium. All the calcium that they're taking in is going towards producing milk, and therefore they don't have enough calcium left for themselves, and that can also lead to death if not treated immediately. All right, prepping your pens. Some people will just allow their does to birth naturally out in the pasture or with all of the other goats around, but we find that it's smarter to go ahead and set some pens up in order for your does to be able to be monitored and to make sure that they're not fighting or they're not feeling uncomfortable. So we do a few things to get ready for their births by prepping our pens. We use what we call jugs, which are small pens about 4 foot by 4 foot. We want to make sure that we have given them plenty of clean, fresh bedding. We use straw. We use straw because it's easy to clean up, it's easy to get in and clean out just a little bit at a time, but most importantly, we choose straw because wood shavings tend to get dusty and can really cause a lot of problems with the newborn kids if they are inhaling it and breathing it in. You want to make sure that the temperature in your barn is going to be comfortable for the kids when they're born. So if it continues to be really cold as it has the last few days, I'll go ahead and install some heat lamps to give a little extra warmth for the babies. If the temperature goes up like it should, then hopefully we won't have to do that and it will already be comfortable enough. The last thing is you want to make sure that you have good access to the jugs in case you need to hop in there and help out during labor. So I'll give you just a little look at what our lambing and kidding jugs look like. So these gates here are completely movable. We can break these down and move them around as needed, take them away, add more, whatever we need to do. So basically we just have 1x4s that we have nailed together, and we've put some things to connect them on the end. Inside you can see that there's fresh bedding all ready for them, a place for them to have some hay. We should have a feeder in there, but I haven't moved one in yet. We can get in and out of these as needed. And then our pens for our goats are actually inside a larger box stall in our barn, but this gives us a nice chance to have an aisleway here to be able to access both of the jugs and check on the girls whenever we need to. The last thing that you want to make sure you do is to prep your kidding kit. A kidding kit could be anything. It could be a tub, it could be a bag, it could just be a cabinet that you have stocked with the things that you need that's close by. I like to put mine in just a cloth bag like this so that I can pick it up and take it where I need to, and it's easy to get it around. But inside the kit are all the essentials that you're going to need to step in and help if need be during kidding. You're going to need iodine. Iodine comes in a bottle something like this, and we use the iodine to disinfect the umbilical cord after birth. And to do that, you need the dipper. I call it a dipper. It probably has a fancy name, but who knows. So the one that I use looks a lot like this. You fill up this cavity with iodine, and when you need it, you tip it down, and this cavity fills with the iodine, and you simply stick it up underneath the bottom of the kid and dip their navel into the iodine. You need to have a good pair of scissors, nice and sharp. They should be sterilized and cleaned because you're going to use this to trim the umbilical cord to about 1 inch in length. You need to have a thermometer, which I actually don't have in my kit just yet, but you need to have that just in case you need to take the temperature of one of the newborn kids. Coming down with hypothermia as a newborn kid this time of year is common. A normal temperature for a goat kid is anywhere between 100.5 and 103.5. Anything above 103.5 would be considered a fever. Anything below 100.5 would be considered hypothermic. So it's important to have the thermometer just in case you need to check, because those two instances and situations can cause death easily. So you need to keep a good handle on that. You want to have a pair of rubber gloves, and along with the rubber gloves, you want to have a bottle of lubricant. And of course you need this in case your doe is having a hard time with labor and you need to step in and help to pull the kid. And that's when you can use either the gloves in your hands with the lubricant, and in worst cases you may need to have a kid puller or a lamb puller. I don't have that yet in my kit. It's still down in the lamb barn. I did have to use that this year. And then you want to make sure that you have clean towels to dry off the kids when they're born, just in case mama is not able to get up and do it herself right away. You want to have hand sanitizer for yourself to keep yourself safe and the doe if you need to step in and help and assist. I like to keep two things that not everyone keeps in their kidding kit, but I like to keep a headlight lamp. Last year, Agnes had her babies at about 11:30 at night. It was really dark and hard to see, so the headlight lamp came in handy, so I keep that in my bag. And then lastly, I like to keep this product called Survive, which is a vitamin E and energy supplement that you can give to weak lambs when they're born to give them a little extra nutrition. You know, maybe they're not being able to get up and nurse right away, or maybe it was a hard labor and they just need a little extra energy to get going. So this is a great product for that. And to administer that, you have this, which is called a drench gun. So you put the product in the drench gun, the tip of the drench gun goes in the baby's mouth, just past their tongue. That way you can make sure that they ingest it and they can swallow it without spitting it back up. And that's about it, guys. That's what you need. There have been times where they have kidded with no problem. In fact, both Evie and Agnes are pretty good at the whole labor and delivery thing. So I haven't had to step in and help too many times. However, I have had to step in and help on more than one occasion with my sheep. So it's always good to be prepared, always good to make sure that you have everything that you need so that you can have a safe delivery of your newborn kids. All right, guys, that's it for today. Have a happy week. Stay safe. Practice your social distancing. And so then hopefully we can see you soon. Bye-bye.